My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Well, I'll tell y'all that I'm on here today and decided I'm doing these videos little by little, and it might even be a couple of weeks from the time this video is recorded before it's uploaded, or even visible yet, but I will say that I've kind of got a weekend coming up and will be mailing out the one that I showed you in the last video that's already been ordered, so we're taking care of just some little things like that. And as for now, I'd like to give you all a little show as to how I am carving this thing out. You see here, we kind of start like this and kind of come along like this and kind of make it so they come out and do little things that make it seem like it's just kind of some work we've got to do, and then come down where you see this line here for the tail. We're carving along that, trying to make it come out in a good way. We got this little line here to make and put little places in there where we kind of show a little work coming in, and to like take it where it shall come up to the front end of the tail towards the carving, and kind of make it so we're just kind of just working away at little things we do just to show a little good work to come our way, make things just kind of like one little work after another that shall kind of make it so the Cardinal has a good standing feature of a creature, and come down to the other side and carve along this way. That's what we're going to do. Probably won't be having as much to say while I carve because I can get a little instructional more here, but that's how we come along here. Got the next little line to make to come along the tail here. And this cherry, it can be a little bit of a harder wood sometimes, but you know, I like challenges like that, so we're going to learn a little bit more from them as we come along. Maybe say that this is where we come out for the little piece of the tail, and so I say that, you know, the knife kind of hit the glove, but not bad enough to give me a really bad cut or nothing. So I say we're going to shave away this little part of the wing, work into here, and you see this is how we come along with the little last part of the wing there. And I say just sort of like put little places in there where we shall have a little wing of a place show right into the birdie, and I say, just one little bird that is a cardinal, has a name probably almost kind of similar to that of an ecclesiastical official. And I'll say that it's probably going to be a little bit harder to come on this side of the tail, but this is the little direction we take in the wood. I say just put a little cutting line down into the part where we make the tail come in just right, and see how just a bit of work can come right in to see how this cardinal shall be a pretty little sight to see. And I know one thing, that a cardinal is a state bird for many states. I even kind of look them up sometimes on Wikipedia, but just sometimes, I don't remember what all of those states are. I mean, I think Virginia and West Virginia are among them. Indiana is one of them. And kind of gets a little hard to remember every state they apply to, but here we come along this way, making it along this little section along here. And with what we're doing, we have things to say and things to do. This little piece of wing and this little piece of tail shall just kind of happily work along to make a little safe creature for us to look after and see. Oh, I say, little grace shall work its way in our hearts, in our lives, and in our jobs and our ministries. And this little business of mine is just kind of the way I make things work just for me, for my principles. And I say, for all things, it's like we're just kind of moving things along this way, and see how this is just kind of a nice little work that shall be of a good cardinal to guide and light the way. You know, and I'd say, being in Lexington, Kentucky, there's a lot of Kentucky Wildcats fans around here, but even in my same state, there's the University of Louisville, and up in Louisville, Kentucky, there's a lot of Louisville Cardinal fans. So that is their mascot there. And I say that the original pattern to this bird was carved out of basswood and came out of a certain book. Carved a few of them that way and kind of dyed them red and all, but just decided, since I like to try patterns different ways and in different kinds of woods, decided I would try to use the cherry. Think it comes out really neat that way. And just for a little cherry cardinal from a cherry wood off of a cherry tree, it just makes a nice little red bird, I say. And you know, you saw in a certain video I did that I made a little robin out of walnut, and that robin made out of walnut is still soaking in the oil. It'll come out this weekend, probably kind of be on display, but probably will be already out and dried off by the time you're seeing this video. So I say that just some nice little work comes along there. I say that it's time to kind of make this little cut around here for the wing right on this little line. So right here you can see we cut along this wing, and I say I'm probably getting a little bit better at instructing here, better than I've been before, and somehow I think that getting used to new algorithms is what's really helping with that, because I'm kind of taking little breaks in between things as I need to do. And as you all can see, I've been posting some funny reels lately. I've just had a lot of funny stories to tell, and there's certain ones I've had for years that I've always kind of shared with friends in Messenger and in Instagram messages, but these days it kind of comes to a point where, you know, it's good to kind of try to draw different kinds of audiences, and sometimes, just sometimes, kind of try to make things a little better. You see there's a couple of lines down here that we draw to make the bottom of the wings in the place where they kind of intersect with the tail a little bit, and kind of like have the little ways it goes. I say that this little perfection of a work shall just be kind of new and wavy, and see how we make little cardinals just the bird that they are. I kind of remember old birds that were out among my bird feeders as a kid, and one time I kind of had a picnic table in the yard, and there was the time when I put a bunch of bird seed and other things on that table and some water, and I put up a sign that said bird party, thinking that many birds were going to come there and have a party. And later that day my sister said to me, "No birds came to your bird party." Looked out there, saw everything still there, and wondered why, because I put out a sign and she said, "Birds cannot read." So, little do you know what kinds of things creatures can have. Intelligence can vary from one to the next, but it's not quite like the way it is when you're a human, you know? And I'll say that this little bit of work comes along this way, and maybe sometime I'll make a reel where I show a little bit more as to how all this gets done. But the reels shall be in fast motion when I do them, and we shall see a little audio in them. But that's just kind of one thing I'd like to mention for how far I can go with being successful at a business or at anything else. So at this time, thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for watching my video. Thank you all for keeping up with my show. It's always going to be a pleasure to have you all come back on in the future, to see more, to hear more, to know more. And of all things, I wish you all the best, always. Take care. And I pray that you always will, always do, keep in touch, and always come back for more. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.